Good morning to one and all present here. I am very glad and thankful for the for the editors of this journal who has given me this opportunity to give an online presentation to you. Before I am going for my online presentation, I will give a brief introduction about me. My name is L. Kalaivani. I have finished my BSc Nursing in KMCH College of Nursing, Coimbatore, and my PG in PPG College of Nursing. I have recently completed my PhD in Mahar University in the year 2020, and now at present I am working as a Vice Principal in the Department of OBG Nursing at PPG College of Nursing, Coimbatore. Next I will go for my presentation. So, the small bundle of joy, the small bundle of joy will soon be in the mother's arm. The mother who has been anxiety for 9 months surely deserves nothing but the very best. This proverb was given by Swami Vivekananda. Next, I go for the introduction. So, my topic is regarding postnatal care. Parenthood. So, parenthood is a fantastic experience. So, this fantastic experience whereby the mother safely gives birth to a child. It is the charm of creation. Care must be given to ensure safe childbirth delivery. The mother has a right to get genuine restorative medical care and treatment. So, labor is a natural process where all the pregnant women have to undergo. This is given by A.M. Virkert in the year 1999. Next, you go for postnatal care. So, what do you mean by postnatal care? The postnatal period, or it is otherwise called as is derived from the Latin word. So, you can know the Latin word puri means child. Puri means child, and pari is given to bring forth. So, we are giving the mother, that is postnatal care, which illustrates the 6-week time span after childbirth. This definition is given by Arul Piltry in the year 2004. Next is the postnatal period or puerperium. It's a period of adjustment. So during pregnancy, all our internal organs, all our internal systems have adapted according to the pregnancy. So after delivery, they are coming back. That is, they are coming back to the anatomic and physiological changes of pregnancy are reversed back, and the body becomes to the normal state. Next one, this period starts as soon as the placenta is expelled and extends up to a period of about 6 weeks. This is regarding the postnatal care. Next, I go for the World Health Organization. What they have given certain recommendations regarding postnatal care. The number and the timings of postnatal contacts. So that is immediately after the delivery, they are taking care of the postnatal mother. Then after 1 month, they are coming for the DPT vaccination. After 3 months, the next visit. Next, that is the home visit for postnatal care. Then we go for the assessment of the baby. We are checking the head, chest circumference, mid-arm circumference, the weight and the length of the baby. Next one is we are telling the mother to give regarding exclusive breastfeeding. We have to give only milk. We must not give water or honey. That is exclusive breastfeeding for first 6 months. Next you go for the cord care. Next one is timings of discharge. So from the healthy so if it is cesarean, they are discharged after 7 days. Normally after 3 to 5 days. Number and timing of postnatal contacts. Home visit for postnatal care, I have told you. Next one is other postnatal care of newborn. Assessment of the mother. Counseling. Iron and folic acid supplementation. Prophylactic antibiotics and psychological support. These are the World Health recommendations on postnatal care. Next one, we have certain government schemes such as Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Tantra Abhinayan scheme. Next one, you go for the Janani Suraksha Yojana scheme. Poshan Abhiyan 2017 to 18 scheme. Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy scheme. According to this scheme, the mother is getting 18,000 of rupees if they are conducting their delivery in the primary health center or in the government hospital. They are getting about 18,000 rupees, which is given in split. That is 18,000 rupees. Next one, Mission Indra Hanush and Universal Polio Eradication Program. So these are the government schemes which are established in our country. Next, the World Health Day is celebrated on April 11, 2018. It has been told that the final version of the implementation guidance and protecting, promoting and supporting breastfeeding and facilities providing maternity and newborn services. Next one, you go for the World Health Day theme, that is 2019 theme. It is given on two areas focusing accessibility and providing good medical care. Accessibility whenever and wherever we have to give the care. Next, the need for the study. Conducted this study. Worldwide, every minute of every day, one woman dies of pregnancy related complications. Nearly 6 lakhs women dies each year. Out of these, 99% of the death is occurring in developing countries. In India, every 5 minutes, one woman dies from complications related to pregnancy. So this adds a total of 1 in 21,000 women per year. Next one is the National Health Profile 2018 stated that the MMR, that is the maternal mortality rate, has been decreased from 212 per 100,000 live birth in the year 2009 to 178 per 100,000. So 212 to 178 it has been decreased in the year from 2009 to 2012, and 2013 it is 116. So our government has aimed to bring it to 100 by the year 2020. Next one I have given in this graph. You can see the infant or the neonatal mortality rate. It has been reduced. See, from 29.0 it has been reduced to 20.5. It has a declining. The neonatal mortality rate has been declined by providing good and efficient care to the mother and the newborn. So I'm going to come to my problem statement. A study to assess the knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice regarding postnatal care among primary mothers by STP, Structured Teaching and Video Assisted Teaching Program at Primary Health Center and Maternity Centers in Coimbatore. This is my problem statement. Next, my objective is, first I have to assess the knowledge regarding postnatal care. So the aspect I have included postnatal care is, first I have include postnatal diet, next is breastfeeding, personal hygiene, postnatal exercises, newborn care and temporary methods of family planning. These 6 aspects I have taken. So I am assessing the knowledge, then I am assessing the attitude regarding postnatal care, next assessing the knowledge on practice regarding postnatal care, then after this I am giving health education to the mother with the help of structured teaching and video assisted teaching program regarding various aspects of postnatal care. Next, I am reassessing the effectiveness of structured teaching program. So, knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice regarding postnatal care. Next one, I am finding out whether there is some relation between knowledge, correlation between knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice. Then I am associating the knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice scores with their selected demographic variables. So, see, these are the objectives of my study. Next chapter is hypothesis. So, I have formulated the alternative hypothesis for self. H1, there is a significant difference between pre-test and post-test knowledge scores. H2, there is a significant difference between pre-test and post-test attitude scores. H3, there is a significant difference between pre-test and post-test knowledge and practice scores. Then I am finding out there is saying that there is a correlation between knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice scores. These are my hypotheses. Next one is your review of literature. I have referred literature regarding these various aspects with the help of books, journals, internet materials, newspapers, TV. Next one is bulletin and previous unpublished thesis. So next one is important chapter in PhD thesis is your research methodology is very important. that is the core of your study. So the research approach is your quantitative research approach. The research design is pre-experimental one group pre-test and post-test design. It is not a true experimental design, because true experimental design is we have to give random chance to all the persons, that is randomization should be there. I am not using randomization and I am using only one group. So true means we have to use two groups, control and experimental group. Next, the variables are independent variable, structured teaching and video assisted teaching program. The dependent variable which we can change is the knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice. The influencing variables are the demographic variables. Next one, I have taken about 500 primary mothers who are selected with the help of non-probability purposive sampling technique according to the inclusion criteria. The population is primary mothers. I have selected the mothers from maternity centers and primary health center, Coimbatore. Next one is research. The selection criteria is inclusive criteria. I have selected only primary mothers because multi mothers know some amount of postnatal knowledge regarding postnatal care for the second delivery. So I have selected only primary mothers. Mothers who are willing to participate in my study, who are having normal delivery, because there is separate care for normal delivery and cesarean, to give separate care. Next one is mothers who are communicating and writing freely in English and Tamil. Exclusive criteria, multi mothers, high risk mothers, that is exclusion criteria. Mothers who are selected for pilot study, medical and nursing personnel mothers, they have some knowledge regarding postnatal care, and mothers who are having stillbirth. So I have not taken these mothers. Next one is my description. So I have three part. So first one, description of demographic variables. 2 questions regarding knowledge. I have selected 70 questions on various aspects. So each question contains 4 options, that is multiple choice questions. Questions regarding attitude, this is based upon the Likert scale. It has both positive and negative questions. And questions regarding knowledge on practice, this is yes or no questions. For each right answer, you will get 1 mark, and for wrong answer, you get 0 mark. So next you go for the, I have sent the tool regard to 10 experts in OG for content validity. The reliability I have found with the Spears split half technique, that is 0.9 per. I have conducted the pilot study before going for the data collection procedure. Next one is your data collection procedure. So first I have written a form, obtained permission from the officer of the primary health center and city health officer to conduct my thesis in maternity and primary health center. The primary mothers were selected according to my criteria. Return consent was obtained from each sample that to meet the ethical considerations. After getting the return consent, pretest was conducted by administering the questions and conducting interview schedule to assess the knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice regarding postnatal care among individual primary mothers. Then on the same day, mothers were educated regarding postnatal diet, breastfeeding, personal hygiene, postnatal exercise, newborn care and temporary method with the help of flashcards, pamphlets, demonstrations and video assist teaching program for 45 minutes. Consistently, the mothers were washed following 7 days, and after that, when the mother has gone to home, the researcher has gone to the home and also have done post-test in the home. Next one is data analyze and interpretation. Descriptive statistics were used to assess the frequency, percentage, mean and standard deviation. Inferential statistics were used to determine the relationship and comparison to identify the practice. T-test was used to identify the pre-test and post-test values. Chi-square test for association. Correlation between the knowledge, attitude and knowledge on practice were assessed by the Karp-Pearson correlation coefficient test. Next, I go for the data analysis. So these are the demographic variables. What I have selected, I have selected the mothers based upon the age of the mothers, educational status, family income per month. Next is religion, type of family, occupation of mother, area of residence, dietary pattern of mother, sources of information regarding postnatal care. So these are the demographic variables, how I have selected the mothers. Next one, I have done the description of statistic value of pre-test and post-test knowledge regarding breastfeeding. That is the, for each question I have found out the pre-test and the post-test value. This is the mean analysis. This is the item analysis. This is very, very important. For this study we have to do like this. So item analysis. So you can see in this PowerPoint. So each question, here you have the questions. For each question I have found out in the pre-test what the knowledge was there, and mouth. Next one is importance of colostrum was increased when compared to the other questions. Next I have done for the postnatal diet. So the purpose of well-balanced diet and rich sources of protein and calcium, importance of fiber, important sources of vitamins and minerals where the others were able to know to take in the diet only after my health education program. Next one is personal hygiene, frequency of hand washing, importance of perineal hygiene. The mother is able to know that frequency of changing perineal pad more in the post-test after my health education program. Then post-natal exercise also I have done. Each question I have assessed, that is item assessed, pre-test and post-test. Newborn care also I have assessed. You can go through this, and if you have any doubts you can clarify through my WhatsApp number or my mail ID I will give to you. Next one is I have done for temporary contraceptive methods. Next one is description of attitude. First I have seen regarding knowledge. Next is your attitude. These are the questions, and this is the red is the pre-test and green is post-test. For each question I have assessed the pre-test and post-test level of attitude. Next one is, I have done for postnatal diet, attitude. Next, personal hygiene of mothers. So in personal hygiene, the perineal pad should be changed. This one is very, very important. In post-test it has been 4.3 value I have got is value, which is very increased compared to the pre-test value. Next one's regarding the postnatal exercises. If you see, I have got this importance. Mothers can walk on the same day. That is very, very important. Okay. Certain the mothers think that after normal delivery they will not be able to walk. This is very, very wrong concept. The mother should walk within 6 hours after normal delivery. That is very, very important, which I have expressed to the mother only after my health education program. Next one is the newborn. Next one I have given regarding the Next one I have given regarding the newborn care. Next one is regarding the newborn care. I have assessed the pre-test and post-test level. So in newborn care, you can see the BCG is given after newborn, immediately after birth. Next one is baby bath. So this is very, very important. So everyone knows, everyone suggests that we have to give baby bath. That is not necessary because the baby is not running, jumping or walking. So before touching the baby, we have to wash our hands. So that is very, very important. So the mother was able to know regarding this aspect after my health education. Then temporary contraceptive methods also. The purpose of contraceptive is to prevent pregnancy. They have got knowledge. The best contraceptive method is Barry method. Next one regarding the knowledge on practice also I have done analysis. That is yes or no questions regarding breastfeeding, postnatal diet, postnatal exercises, newborn care, temporary methods of contraceptives. Next one is I have assessed with the help of t-test. I have assessed the pre-test and post-test value regarding knowledge on each aspect. So if you see breastfeeding, the pre-test is 2.5 and the post-test it is 7. So the table value is 1.5, but the calculated t value is 21.5, which is significant. Postnatal diet mean value it is 1, post-test it is 4.4, and the table value is calculated t value is 21.53, which is higher than the table value 1.5. So it is significant. Personal hygiene is 1.26 in pre-test mean. Post-test mean is 4.2. Calculated t value is 21.2, which is significant. Postnatal exercises it is 1.2. Post-test it is 7.2. Calculated t value is 22.25, which is significant. Newborn care 0.5 and 4. Post-test calculated t value is 20.85, which is very significant. Next one is temporary methods of contraceptives. Pre-test it is 0.5. Post-test it is 3 and calculated t value is 27.6. So all the calculated values is higher than the table value. So I can accept my alternative hypothesis. First hypothesis. Next one is your attitude score. So in breastfeeding it is 17 and mean it is 28 in post-test. Calculated t value is 22.92, which is significant. Postnatal diet, the mean value is 13 in pre-test. In post-test it is 23. T value is 26, which is significant. Personal hygiene is 6. Post-test it is 12 and calculated t value is 20.93. Postnatal exercises it is 19. This post-test is 25. Calculated t value is 21.2, which is very significant. Newborn care of baby it is pre-test 16, 20 post-test mean value and calculated t value 20.4, which is very significant. Temporary methods of contraceptives it is 10 in pre-test, post-test it is 17 and t value calculated t value is 21.8, which is very highly significant and compared to the table value. Sorry. Knowledge on practice, same thing. Pre-test mean is 2.3 regarding breastfeeding. It is 7 in post-test, 21.5 the t value significant. Postnatal diet 1 mean pre-test. Post-test mean is 4.1 and t value is 20 significant. Personal hygiene is 1.26 pre-test. Post-test it is 4.2. T value 19.6. Postnatal exercises pre-test mean value is 1.2. Post-test mean value is 7.2 and 17, which is very significant. Newborn care of baby 0.5 is your pre-test value. Post-test it is 4 and t value is 16, which is very significant. Temporary methods of contraceptives 0.5 pre-test. Post-test it is 3 and t value is 15.5, which is very highly more than the table value. Next one is your correlation between knowledge and attitude regarding postnatal care among mothers. You can see this pre-test, this is the knowledge and this is the knowledge. So pre-test 23.7, okay, very less, but post-test it is increased 66.1. Pre-test it is 81 and post-test the attitude is 125. So there is a good relationship between the knowledge and attitude both in pre-test and in post-test. This is the knowledge and knowledge on practice. So this is the knowledge. This red color is the knowledge and this blue color is knowledge on practice. So pre-test it was 23.7, post-test it is 66.1. Pre-test it was 6.76, practice which is increased to 19.5. That is a good relationship. So correlation with attitude is this is the green color is the attitude, that is 81, which has been increased to 125 in post-test. This knowledge on practice 6.76 has been increased to 19.5. So there is a good relationship between attitude and knowledge on practice regarding postnatal care among family mothers. With association, pre-test there was no association with demographic variables. Post-test there was a significant association with demographic variables such as educational status, age of family, area of residence. In post-test score, significant association, area of residence, dietary pattern, sources of information regarding postnatal care. So discussion is, so I am able to accept my hypothesis, that is H1. There is a significant difference between the pre-test and post-test scores regarding knowledge and postnatal care after delivering the health education program. Then second, I am accepting the second hypothesis also, which I have formulated. I am also accepting the third hypothesis and the fourth hypothesis. So my recommendations for you to do your other study is can be conducted with a larger sample size to confirm the results of the study. It can be compared between, I have taken both rural and urban.